That first sip of sugar-free Rockstar, it hits. It hits hard.
Yeah, I bet. All right. We are live. And a man down again this week, episode 76. Um,
Next week it'll just be Jarvis, Jerry, and I.
Tubi,
We're doing a little, yeah.
Nick D,
Welcome,
and live from not here, Jerry's in the chat.
Cancun.
Jerry's in the chat already.
I'm pretty sure he typed beep boop bop boop, but I don't know.
Yeah, Jerry is on his honeymoon in Cancun, being a cool dude, left us stranded. Nick D had legitimate, like, I'm really busy, dudes. I'm sorry, excuses. Jerry was just like, piss off, dudes. I'm not coming in next week.
I'm leaving the country.
It's kind of different attitude.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. All right.
I hope everyone checks their notifications and made sure we went live.
Yeah.
And then once you're there, like and subscribe.
Nick D's on top of it. So we got two movies to discuss real quick. One holiday themed and one semi holiday theme. When I think of Thanksgiving, I think of Elvis and family.
And
Uh,
there is a pretty, I think there's a Christmas scene in this movie. Maybe not.
okay.
Forget.
And then we're going to get into this year's Game Awards, which we all know
The Game Awards.
Nick D is going to have a lot to say about.
I assume. I did what you said. I didn't check anything. So it's like I have only the vaguest idea. It's like hard to remember. It's like what even came out this year?
I'm excited to get to Game Awards because
Yeah.
you've played a lot of these games, and Nick, you're like the gamer out of us.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. With a
so
capital G.
with a capital G and an R,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he's GR.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a moment, but let's dive into this first one, Nick D. This I think just came out last week.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I might have even gone on opening night without even realizing it. Like maybe.
Okay.
Um yeah, like I went in super cold, didn't know really anything about this movie. Didn't see a trailer. And so I just kind of assumed it was going to be like Priscilla's side of that like Elvis movie where it's going to be like a big like Hollywood, like biopic like that. That's all fun and musical
Came out
and
two
it was
weeks
great.
ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I went the second week. It was really good. Not what I expected. It's pretty heavy. Like they don't paint Elvis in like the best of lights. Like it's
Mm.
actually pretty I get why. I don't know. I think was it Lisa Marie who said like I don't know if it was his daughter. I must have been because I think Priscilla like produced this movie.
Yeah, she's still
And
alive.
I think yeah, and like Lisa Marie was like, oh, it's like very critical of my dad, and it's a little yeah. I mean they like essentially they make Elvis look like a
Well,
predator. You know what I mean? Like
she's
he
had a book, which I think I would assume this movie samples.
yeah.
Um,
That's what my mom was saying, and I'm gonna read it. Like after seeing this movie, I'm like, oh, I actually, it's like I want to read like an Elvis book and a Priscilla book. I'm also looking for a good Bowie book, unrelated, but yeah,
yeah,
I want to read the Priscilla one now. Yeah,
yeah, based on the book. Yep, yep, yeah. Um, I really do want to
Wh-
see this film. Um, after going to Graceland recently, and just
yeah,
I am
exactly.
very fascinated with the story.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who is this? I've never seen her before, but she's amazing. She did an amazing job. I did also, normally when we see movies, oh, she's in Pacific Rim. That's cool.
Hmm.
Normally when we see movies, I go back and I just like look up everything and go to IMDb and to trivia and watch some video like new rock stars. Shout out to new rock stars or whatever. Is that what they're even called? Um, and yeah, they got the guy from Girls, and he does like a great job because he like really like he makes Elvis like such like he's like an asshole, but he's not like an aggressive asshole. He's just like he just doesn't care, and he's like selfish, and he's wrapped up in his own shit, like wrapped up in his own stuff. I know we're starting the first 10 minutes of this thing, and yeah, it's real good movie. Kissing Booth.
He
Kissing
did.
Booth
He
is
did.
triple S.
He did 3 of these movies. That's why I had to click on the first one.
Yeah, that's
Kissing Booth
hilarious. I only
1,
know
2,
him
and
from
3.
Euphoria. Yeah,
I
yeah,
never
yeah.
even heard of this movie, and they made 3 of them.
Me neither. I'm completely unaware of this
And
franchise.
that's who played Elvis, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's from Girl. I know him from Girls. He's like the mean boyfriend in Girls, and he's like the
And
mean
it's
husband in this movie.
it's Sofia
Sophia
Coppola.
Coppola.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
and she made
it's
those
great.
creepy pornographic animal movies for HBO, which I'll never
I
forget.
don't even I don't even know
It's
what you're
like
talking about.
bugs, and it's like people in these costumes as bugs. I
Interesting.
I
It's like an art thing, like, or is it
yeah,
like a serious movie? Oh,
it's got to be listed here. Hold on, dude.
he did the music video for the White Stripes. I never saw Last in Translation.
I don't.
Oh, I saw the Virgin Suicides. I like the
Is
Virgin
anyone
Suicides.
agreeing that they know what I'm talking about? Maybe.
Let's see here.
Maybe it's all, that's all in my mind. It doesn't exist. I swear she was either in it. Whatever. Let's not get stuck on my creepy comments.
Jer had a great question. Is he better than Elvis with Jack White in Walk Hard? He's a. I'll say this. This dude, the guy who played it, he's a really good real Elvis. He's a real good mean Elvis. But Jack White is the best Elvis on film. That Elvis is amazing.
I don't. The guy that played Elvis wasn't bad, dude. Like,
I still need to see. I actually meant to my plan was to go home after seeing Priscilla and then watch Elvis, and then I just got distracted with I don't even know what I did. Probably play Street Fighter or something. But yeah, I still want to watch Elvis, and so maybe maybe I'll do that tonight. I'll definitely do it over Thanksgiving break. But yeah, it is I'm in an Elvis mood now. I've been listening to Elvis. Everyone should go listen to his live version of Bridge Over Troubled Water. Super sick.
yeah, yeah, he's great. So I mean, with
Yeah.
all that,
You know what's really
go ahead.
last thing I'll say, and let's just move on because it is one of those movies you know exactly what this movie is. It's a woman in an abusive relationship, and but it's Elvis themed. It's really interesting. Everyone does a great job, but the most interesting thing about it is there's very little Elvis music in it. It's more music from the 60s. So it's almost like this cool effect where you're watching an Elvis movie, but there's really no Elvis movie because it's really music because it's Priscilla's story, so it's almost more like the stuff she was listening to and the stuff that's going on and around that time that's not Elvis related. So it's like 60s music, but no real Elvis music. And again, it's an interesting way to do it. Yeah, I'd give it an A.
So how
I'd watch it again. I'd watch it again.
how much how much of her life does it go to? Does it go to current day?
No, it goes basic, and spoiler, I guess.
Yeah.
It starts when she's 14. Elvis started courting her when she was 14 in
Right,
Germany.
right, right. With a
She was
dad
stationed.
military. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then it goes all the way up to the night she tells Elvis I'm leaving. I'm divorcing you. I'm going to go have my own life. And then it ends with her leaving Graceland. And then the thing I was going to say is that I've been to Graceland twice. I actually have a really strong mental image of what Graceland looks like in my head. And when you see I don't know, maybe I'm really wrong because every time they showed the house and the yard and everything, I never I was like, "Oh, I know where that is." So it's I don't even think they tried to make Graceland look like Graceland, or maybe they just showed parts of Graceland I never saw. Because they keep showing his front porch area, and I was like, I don't remember that at all. I
No,
don't
there.
remember it looking
I was
like
just
that.
there recently. There was no front porch.
Yeah, it's the way they it's Elvis vibes when you see his bedroom and everything, and you see the living room and the dining room. But I'm like, man, where are those rooms in the house? Because I'm like, I feel like I know what his house looks like.
Well, you can't go
And so yeah, I
upstairs.
don't yeah, so maybe I don't know about his room, but I have a really strong sense of what the downstairs looks like. And when I don't know. So maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know.
That is the front gate. That is what the front of the house looks like. That last. You would think they would
Oh,
just.
so maybe
You think they would have
maybe I
just
just
shot it
didn't
on site, but
and maybe they did and I'm tripping. It is I could see it being one of those things where it's oh yeah, that's just not how I'm used to looking at it.
yeah, I don't know. Let's. I'll have to.
Yeah.
I do want to see it, Nick.
Elvis wore a bunch of really cool clothes. Like I feel like all of like Elvis's casual clothes, it's like, oh yeah, that's dope. Elvis dressed hell dope. The thing with it is though, and maybe because I don't really know the Elvis timeline in terms of years, but like it's weird how you get to like jumpsuit Vegas Elvis, but he never puts on weight. The only thing that changes with Elvis is that like his sideburns get bigger, but you never actually see him like turn into the Elvis of like when I think about Elvis, like the bigger, bulkier Elvis. Like he's always tall and lean and yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, I'd give it an A. I recommend it. I'd watch it again.
All right. Hey, it's only an hour, a little under 2 hours, so that's not bad.
And it moves because the way it like it goes through years that like you're always kind of moving through like a new phase and it's cool like you can see like her hair change throughout it like it gets more and more like weird 60s hair and bigger like yeah you're always kind of like moving.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I wonder if
Yeah, yeah.
it gets any nominations this year at the Oscars.
I hope it does. Like it's coming in late at the end of the year, but definitely I'm pretty like I have no problem saying this. Like this is one of the better movies I saw this year. Like this is up there. It's by no means my favorite movie of the year or anything like that,
Yeah,
but
but it's
this is a
yeah.
great 2023. This is a great 2023 film.
At most, it would win Best Female.
Yeah, yeah. I could. I don't think he'll be nominated, but whatever Elvis's name, Jacob. What I wouldn't. He did a great job. It's
But
like
it's got to
give
be
him a nomination. I don't think he'll win, but
what
yeah, I don't think he'll
supporting
get one.
though. Supporting though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
And also,
know.
if you,
I'm
I
sure they'll be up for
imagine if you really like,
costumes.
I was gonna say costume and set design, like it really they did it. And oh, dude, the cars, like, and there's one scene where he's playing a bass. Like it's like yeah, there's like it's cool. It's
Yeah,
cool.
cool. Hey, A from Nick on the Priscilla. The flip
Yeah,
the coin on the Elvis story.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Now I went
I wanted to see this.
the other night with the boys and saw Thanksgiving, the new
Hell yeah.
Eli Roth jam. Now this was teased. '06 was Grindhouse, correct?
Wow, really? That was that when we like first moved into the house?
Let me see here, Nick.
That's crazy.
'07.
'07.
'07. So this was
Oh, that's
teased.
Tim Dillon.
This was teased in the the middle between the two movies in the Grindhouse, and now it came out in 2023.
Can I open up with a question?
Sure, hit me with it.
So the trailer, right? That was
Hmm.
teased in Grindhouse. Is this that movie? Like when you go back and you look at that trailer, you're like, yeah, that's the movie I saw, or did they completely rewrite what Thanksgiving was and just took the spirit of that? You know what I mean? Like,
I think the original one was like pretty simple
yeah,
and didn't show much.
yeah,
So it's like hard to say. I'm trying to pull it up, Nick, to see if I can see it.
yeah.
Um no. The fuck? Oh,
Jara mentioned that he was talking to someone that said her grandpa, while you're looking that up, did the recording of Elvis singing "Bridge Over Troubled Waters," and that's awesome. That's real cool. I know I think that's like a Paul Simon song, or Simon and Garfunkel actually wrote that or something. But that's like my favorite. That live Vegas one. That's like my favorite Elvis song. You know what's really annoying is that the little heart thing to like a comment or whatever on YouTube comments, it cuts off whatever the bottom comment is. So whenever Jer says something, I'm just like, yeah, what? It wasn't in the table being something because the heart's blocking, and then the human body on the table. Oh, Jer's talking about the trailer. Yeah, 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 yeah.
no, I think from what I'm seeing right now, I mean, yes and no. I mean, it shows a killer killing people Thanksgiving style. It shows a parade.
But it's like an Evil Dead type 2 thing where it's like very clearly this is like they changed the idea. It's not like they went back and they're like, "Well, we'll just make that movie."
Wait, are they gonna do what I think they're gonna do right here? They okay. He does do some of the same stuff in the trailer that he does in the movie.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wow, yeah, a couple of things are similar, but like no, at the same time, no.
Jer says you can move the hard thing. How do you do that, Jer? Nope, you can't move it.
I couldn't watch that on the screen here because it would have
Uh,
been too messed up.
no way. Yeah. Messed up and copyright and whatever, like, yeah, sure. Whatever, something would have got us.
Yeah, no. So to answer your question, Nick, no,
Okay.
kind of, but I don't think
Kind
it
of.
matters.
Yeah.
The movie is really cool for being Thanksgiving themed horror film. I think
Yeah.
he kind of flopped the ending just because it was kind of almost felt like a setup for sequelizing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I never really liked that, especially with a horror movie. And the way this was done was very like, oh shucks, like who's the? And there's so
Yeah.
many people left that could have been the killer that you're like, oh, like any of these people, they could sequelize it, and any of these people could be the next
Yeah.
pilgrim.
And so
Um,
that's my next question. Is the pilgrim like is someone in the movie just dressing like a pilgrim
yeah,
or is it like a
it
guy
takes
from the
place in
past?
it
Oh,
takes place in Plymouth, right?
okay.
And the pilgrim mask is like being handed out.
Okay.
And then on Black Friday, there's this like huge store sale, and a bunch of people die. It's like one of the highlights of the film, so I don't want to go super into details on that. But there's like a Black Friday sale, and a bunch of people die, and then the killer is somebody who was there that was disturbed by it, and then seeks
Yeah.
revenge on a bunch of people who were at that event. And
And
that
did they
that
have
that's
something to
the
do with
movie.
it?
That's the horror
Okay.
movie. And then it turns
Okay.
into like a slasher film, pretty much almost very scream-esque, where it's a group of young
That's
kids
what it feels like. Yeah.
and homies running around with the axe. It's pretty much Eli Roth's version of Scream, Thanksgiving themed.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
kills are pretty badass in this one because they're Thanksgiving themed murders, which
Yeah, yeah.
is pretty
Which is
like
like
hilarious.
and I feel like at first it's kind of hard to even think of like what would that be? Like so he kills like someone with like a drumstick or something? Or like does he drown someone in gravy? Like well, I guess he has an axe, right? So it's like he's just chopping people.
He no. I mean, I don't want
Does he
to.
have a blunderbuss?
I don't want
Yeah,
to.
no, exactly.
I don't
Don't
want to
spoil
say
don't
too much
spoil
because
anything. Yeah,
there's some random stuff that's like
yeah,
I think
yeah,
Nick, you especially need to see because I think you'll enjoy. Like you'll like laugh. Like it's like, but then it's
yeah,
also like Eli Roth gory. It's very
yeah, yeah.
like it's funny, but at the same time, it's like holy crap. Like there's some
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
like kills in this, and I think it's fun that like there is this big bad and it plays out like Scream where you're like trying to figure out who the murderer is. I just
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
the ending, like the setting up to be sequelized, kind of bummed me out a
Is
little
wrong.
bit, and it's gonna drop my overall rating. I would say, especially for the first film, have it like leave it off where there's enough characters for a sequel, but like you don't need to like ultra tease it. Like there's literally a shot at the end where it's like all the kids that are like still, have made it and stuff together. And it's like no need for that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this is all my personal opinion.
Yep. I dig it.
Is it worth seeing?
So it
100%. It's 100% worth seeing. I
okay.
just think they could have like it's worth seeing just for the great like hilarious murders.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's playing at the drive-in. Is it a drive-in movie or is it like a no see it in the theater?
I think it's to see it in theater.
Okay.
I wouldn't lie to you,
Okay.
Nick, because I would normally say I'd go with you to see it at the drive-in for a second time, but I wouldn't even
But it's too
bother
dark.
because
Yeah.
there's a lot of dark scenes and it's like no need, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just wanted to look. Wait, we don't want producer.
Also go to direct. Yeah, I was gonna say I want to see
We
the
don't
what
want
else is he
actor. We
directing?
want director.
I'm trying to even think. Like, what was the last Eli Roth movie I saw? Oh, Hostel 2, I bet. Oh, Inglorious. Oh no, he didn't. Adult Nation. I didn't see what that is. But yeah, I saw Hostel. Does that say Hostel Part 3? It's blurry. No, that says 2.
I think that's the movie that's playing in the theater that burns down.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Am I? Isn't that not what that is?
Oh yeah, that's the sniper dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So he
Okay,
directed
that's
that.
cool.
Yeah, it's that movie that's playing in the theater that burns down.
That's sick.
Yeah, interesting.
That's sick.
Yeah, there's the Thanksgiving short.
Cabin Fever's
I mean,
great.
yeah, it's really like Hostel, and then Hostel 2. Oh, I guess Cabin Fever is like the takeoff because that original
Yeah,
one was pretty good.
yeah, yeah. That movie's. I mean, all those Cabin Fever movies are gross.
That first one was pretty good though.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I never saw this.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about Borderlands. I feel like we've been hearing about Borderlands forever. I remember hearing this movie's gnarly,
I mean, anything he really kind of does usually pretty gnarly.
pretty wild. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would give the movie a B minus. You know, almost. I almost even want to give it a C plus. But because it's Thanksgiving themed and it does reward you on that end, it's
Yeah,
definitely a B minus. But honest to God, it should have been A to S tier because there's not any
yeah.
good Thanksgiving movies. What do you got? I can't. Nothing's coming to mind right now. So, especially a horror
I'll just look
Thanksgiving.
to see what there is. Yeah, like Thanksgiving movies.
So it could have been just something real like next level, but in my personal opinion, they dropped the ending.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it. Like maybe I'll even go tomorrow. Oh, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Okay, so that's definitely
I'm seeing a lot of like
Son-in-law. Son-in-law. I want to see Son-in-law again.
Adam's Family Values. Oh
Oh, I
yeah,
forgot.
oh yeah, with
I love that movie. Yeah,
the whole camp
that might
scene.
be my favorite one.
That's a good Thanksgiving
Yeah,
scene. Yeah, I forgot about
yeah,
that
that
one.
might be my
That's a good
favorite.
one. Yeah, and then I'm seeing a ton of like B-rate like crappy movies.
Yeah, yeah,
Son-in-law. Did you
exactly.
say
Same here.
Son-in-law?
Yeah, I like Son-in-law. Um, I like The Big Chill when I saw it in film class, but that was definitely one of those movies where it's like, it's like I don't know. That's a weird movie to watch when you're like 15 or whatever.
I'm just saying from looking at this
Um,
list here, guys and gals, it's your top. It's still probably in your top five Thanksgiving
hell yeah,
movies of all time. Adam Family being
hell
number
yeah,
first and foremost. Never forget.
100%, 100%.
But I mean, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. That's a classic too. Um,
Yeah, it's been, I legit probably haven't watched that since I was like, in elementary school. But yeah,
I got the Christmas one on Blu-ray. I slap it on in the background every year.
I watched the pumpkin one. What's it called? Like Pumpkin Patch or something? The Great
Mm,
Pumpkin Patch. I watched that one not too long ago.
yeah,
I mean, like within the last 20 years, by not that long ago.
you've got mail. Totally, Jer.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Hey, if you got nothing else going on this week and you want a holiday themed film, this is the one for you. I promise you
I,
that.
I do.
I promise
I
you that.
definitely want to see it this week because I feel like, yeah, it's the most appropriate.
Yeah. All right. So that's our movies for the night. We are still not going to do the Marvels until we get Jerry back. And unfortunately, and I
Did you
will.
guys talk about it at all?
No, we didn't really even dive into it.
Didn't even mention. Yeah, no.
No, we'll save it. BK was doing
Yeah, we'll save it.
hot yoga tonight, so he was unable to come on to do Ahsoka. So that's still coming up. And Austin
I still need
called
to watch
me.
the last 2 episodes, so that's cool. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
Nick D, get on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Austin called me and asked if we were doing the hot chip,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
we will be doing that. We gotta talk to Jerry when he gets back from vacation, and we'll figure out maybe by next weekend, but we'll see. So that's our updates for our mid show before we get into our big final segment. Now, Nick, before we get into this big final segment, I'm already signed in here.
Hell yeah.
You
Oh yeah,
play
you had to make an account.
you play a lot of video games.
Yeah. I would to be fair, I was actually thinking today, I'm like, man, I haven't played anything in like a minute. But yeah, yeah, I do. I played a lot of games this year.
So, if you were gonna say what game of the year is before we even get in there, what's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
personal, without seeing any kind of list, go to?
One thing I do just want to like, I do have my little asterisk is that like I really was kind of hoping I would have at least started Phantom Liberty by now, by the time we did the game thing.
You're gonna be
I'm
done
still
with
like
Zelda by
in
now,
the
supposedly.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, like I haven't done any of that. But I would say for me personally, I mean, for me personally, it's either gonna be Street Fighter 6 or Final Fantasy 16. I'm trying to think like what else did I even play this year?
For
Oh,
game of the
dude,
year.
Spider-Man 2 was yeah, Spider-Man 2 was great. Spider-Man 2 is up there too, because that just happened. I loved Final Fantasy 16 though. But I mean, I'll even this is my answer just because it's the most simple. Like, Final Fantasy 16 was like what, like 60 hours. Like Spider-Man 2 was like what, 25, 30 hours, something like that. I've already sank like 300 hours or whatever into Street Fighter. So like Street Fighter 6 is hands down my game of the year. Like as soon as it came out, I was just mad dogging it this whole time. And I would say in the last like 2 months, maybe like month, I've kind of taken a little break from it, but I still, I play it all the time. I'm just not like going insane with it the way I was
Before.
originally,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so for me,
Great
Street Fighter 6,
answers, Nick. Like, okay, so I want to preface this. Nick is going to be great at this tonight because clearly he's on top of it with naming off like 3 games that are in a bunch of different categories. I, on the other
Yeah, yeah.
hand, I play video games all the time too. I played like none of the stuff that's on this list. It's pretty
Yeah,
crazy
not a
because
lot
it's
of
all it's
2023
all
stuff. Because
yeah, it's all current. It's all
yeah,
new, came out this
because
year.
did they not add Metroid? Like, did they not add the Metroid
No,
Prime or
no.
whatever?
Prime
Yeah,
remake
that didn't
now.
count.
There's remakes on here,
Yeah,
and that some people, that's a point of contention for some people. But we'll get into that because there's one that's pretty obvious. That's Resident Evil's on a bunch of different categories. But let's just
yeah.
like
Let's get in.
yeah, let's just get in
And
because
are we actually voting? We're actually voting, like
I'm
we're
signed in.
participating.
I'm signed in
Oh yeah,
I'm signed in as the OverShow. Not
love
even
it,
on my
love it.
personal email. I signed us up as the show. So this is our show
Hell yeah,
vote.
love it.
So Jerry, sound
I
off
really
on the
like
thing.
Sidhu's comments of hot yoga comes first. Yeah,
Hot yoga
Sidhu,
does come
Jerry,
first.
chime in.
Um, the Dune comment, Jerry. We remember we're pushing it back because Dune 2 Part 2 didn't come out, so we got time right now on the Dune thing. So we're chilling on that.
Dude, my 4K copy of Dune just showed up the other day. So whenever we have definitely we got to do a rewatch
Oh
before
yeah.
two. Yeah,
All right, let's start voting.
hell yeah.
Okay, so game of
Game.
the
Oh wow,
year
just
is the
right
is
into the
the is the
page, bro.
first category. Jerry, you played Zelda, so make sure to let us know what your vibes are. Now let's start at the top here. Alan Wake 2. I've heard it's a really good. I heard it's pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah,
It was a long gap between the first one and this one. Uh, some people really like it. Nick, you didn't play it.
really want to, but didn't play it. Like I downloaded the first one like 2, 3 weeks ago, and I like played maybe 10 minutes of it, and I was like, all right, I'll come back to this. But yeah, I want to get into Alan Wake. I want to play 1 and 2.
Okay. Boulder's Gate. I was reading Jerry's comment. I was just making sure Jerry was already talking about. I forget that super nerds call freaking Tears of the Kingdom TOTK. I was like, what TOTK? Oh, Tears of the Kingdom. Boulder's Gate 3. I've heard a lot of people have talked about this one on different podcasts I listen or streamers. I didn't, although that as much as I've heard people talk about it, I still didn't see a lot of people streaming it, which is interesting to me. Um,
I don't have a strong mental image of what this game looks like, but everyone is raving about it.
yeah.
I assume it's like Diablo, like, I assume it's a point and click?
Oh
I
wait,
don't know. Or not a point and click, but you know what I mean, like a RPG kinda. Oh, did we just vote for it? Hell yeah.
did we?
Uh, that's kinda messed up.
I did.
Well,
Wait, wait,
I
wait,
mean,
wait, wait,
game
wait,
of the
wait,
year.
wait, wait, wait. Change your vote.
Vote, vote.
All right, all
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
right, all right,
hell yeah.
all right. I was clicking on it thinking I could. I'm so stupid. Obviously, that's the button. I was like, oh, do they have like a little bio or something? Clearly, they
Yeah,
don't.
that's yeah,
Let me pull it up on a
yeah.
separate window. Go ahead, Nick. Talk about Boulder's Gate.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it other than it's like a fantasy game. I hear it's got great story stuff. You know, it's like I like it's like like Dungeons and Dragons, like the fantasy version of Cyberpunk. Like I feel like it's like supposed to be like one of the better like video game versions of like a Dungeons and Dragons type of situation where you get to make your wizard, your whatever, like your barbarian. And I don't know if she's doing a little dance right there. You can maybe do a little dance.
I think that she was
But yeah,
falling
I want
down
to
a
play it.
tunnel. I,
Okay,
this
okay.
is one of those classic trailers. It's like it
Oh,
says it's
oh.
launch trailer too, but it's like not showing any gameplay. Like, get to the gameplay.
Ye- exactly. Yeah. Like, what are you actually
I'm pretty
doing
sure it's
in
like
this game?
a giant open world. It's not hack and
World of
slash, but
Warcraft type thing.
kind of
Yeah. Like,
right.
if I had to, I bet it's like an RPG. If I had to guess, like, yeah, like World of Warcraft, Diablo. Like, I bet it's something like that. Um,
Go to gameplay. Let's.
but yeah, I'm definitely interested. I looked the other. I don't know if that was yesterday or the day before. I was just kind of looking at what
Every day,
games were on discount for Black Friday, and this one was not, and that bummed me out because I was like, oh, maybe I'll pull the trigger on that.
we're working to make
Jesus, I don't want you talking to me, bro. Why are you talking to me? Thank you.
I can't hear just for the record, so yeah,
That's fine.
you're
I'm
good
sorry, Nick D.
yeah.
I'm trying to
No,
find
no,
some
I know,
Baldur's
I don't.
Gate gameplay.
No, no,
I'll
yeah,
tell you what. I'm not gonna vote for them right now because this is making it too freaking hard to find gameplay, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I thought that was you clicking on those things. I was like, I thought you were.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Look, there's a little mouse. Okay, so yeah, this is what I thought it was gonna be. So you click on that
Kind of
thing. You
like
got your little like text
Diablo-esque,
on the
no?
bar. 100%. 100 like World of Warcraft, Diablo. It seems like it's a more complex version. I haven't played World of Warcraft in like I don't know 10 or 15 years or something. Um, maybe even longer than that. Yeah, this looks like one of those games. And I like those games. I really like Diablo 3. I hear Diablo 4 kind of pooped the bed, and I don't see it. Well, scroll down a little bit. I just want to see is Diablo 4.
No, this is it.
Oh, this is it. Oh, wait, yeah. So like, yeah, I was gonna say there's no way it's gonna be nominated. Like people have been like really pissed at that game. I was hyped for Diablo 4, and then I saw what everyone was saying about it. So I am definitely one of those people of like, oh, I'm gonna take all that energy that I was hyped for Diablo 4 and put it into Baldur's Gate.
Jerry's saying, didn't you play Baldur's Gate back in the day with Ebon and brother?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
The original?
I have no, yeah, like I don't know if it was one or two. I have like no like real memory of that, but I think you're right. Like, because again, like I feel like they were really into those fantasy games. Like, there's the one, Omid and Iman. Shout out to Omid and Iman. They're the ones that showed us Final Fantasy VII and Parasite Eve and
I think
Soul Calibur.
Jerry, you're completely off because it looks to me like, wait, this is saying, am I tripping? Wait, no, now I'm seeing different things here. I typed in Baldur's Gate 1 release and it says November 28th, 2012, but then I'm seeing Baldur's Gate 2 came out in 2000. So how did Baldur's Gate 1 not, I don't know. I'm confused.
Maybe that was like maybe that's like a re-release or like a I mean you
Yeah.
just said it earlier. What is that called? What is that called when you a remake, a reboot?
Yeah. Remastered.
Remastered. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let me look.
Speaking of remasters, at some point I want to hear about if you're still playing Metal Gear.
Yeah, I'm seeing right here Microsoft December 21st, 98 on their Wikipedia. So
That makes
Jerry might be
I
right on
bet we
that.
did play with you on it, yeah. Because
Yeah.
that would have been 7th grade for me, or early 8th
But
maybe.
enough about Baldur's Gate. No one played it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's getting our vote. Marvel Spider-Man 2. You've touched on it before. I know you're a big fan of the first
Yeah,
one. You played the Miles
yeah,
Morales. Now this is kind of the
yeah,
third installment. Um,
yeah, yeah. This is my vote just because this is the only game I've played this year. And I do genuinely think it's great. Like this was um like when I mentioned 3 games, Street Fighter, Final Fantasy 16, and this. So of the ones nominated, like this is first hands down my vote because it's literally the only game I've played.
yeah,
But it was great. I
yeah.
would say it's an S. Like I loved it. I loved this game.
And then we
Everyone
got
should play it.
Resident Evil 4, which is a remake or a remaster.
Really want to play
A
this. Yeah.
remaster.
Oh, actually, it's a full remake. They actually built the game from it's like different and everything. So this
Yeah.
is a proper remake rather than a remaster. Yeah.
But it's the same story, right? It's just that they remade the game itself, and it's from a different point,
Uh, yeah,
playing
they like,
style.
and I think they also did change some of the story. I can't confirm
Mm,
that, but I think they did
okay,
because with
I'm
the
sure
other
that yeah,
remakes or the other, yeah, like they kind of modernized the story and cleaned some stuff up, so it's not as clunky. I hear. So yeah, I really want to play this game. Like Resident Evil 4 is like one of the best games ever. Like
yeah.
it's amazing.
I always hear good things about that. Then we got
Yeah.
Super Mario Wonder, which I totally want to play. Kind of
Same here. Here it's great.
a new vision on a traditional classic. Um, and then we got Legends of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, which I mean, my vote. I didn't play any of these. I have played.
Yeah.
I did play uh, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom
Yeah, yeah.
obviously is the sequel, but they added a ton of crazy stuff to Tears of the Kingdom, and they like quadrupled the map space, which is crazy for it being on the Switch and whatever. Um,
Yeah.
the other reason I'd vote for Zelda is, to me, it's crazy that Nintendo still gets away with having the way less graphic advanced game versus these other 4 games in the category. But because they do
Yeah,
it a
yeah.
certain way and the storyline is so good, and the mechanics of the game run so smoothly, they're able to get away with having lesser graphics. And I think that speaks really high of just how good they do
Gameplay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate spending hundreds and hundreds of hours in a video game, but Zelda is totally
Yeah.
that game where like you kind of
Yeah.
you kind of have to if you really want to get it done, unless you're like crazy
Yeah.
good or something. And then other people, they want to just like live in there. And it's you can't. It's kind of endless. And it's been my other thing, the reason I would also vote for it, Nick D, because I guess I'm kind of trying to sell this to you. I think the memes that were coming out of
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom when it first came out, and the crazy contraptions people were making and torturing the
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
little wood folk. I forget what
The
their names are.
the
Koro seeds,
Koroks? Yeah,
Korok
something like that.
seeds, or whatever.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
crazy. Or like how people were making like giant like mechs and
Metal
fighting
Gears
all
and
the bad guys and whatever. And it was just all this crazy
yeah.
footage coming out of people like doing different things with Zelda. I didn't really see any like personally. I didn't see. I saw a little bit of Spider-Man stuff, but like I feel like Spider-Man. When I see memes of him, it's usually about the movie, using the movies
Yeah.
or that classic cartoon where he's pointing or whatever dumb
Yeah.
stuff. And the
Yeah.
rest of this stuff, I didn't really see much about. I saw it on video
Yeah.
game podcasts, but not necessarily outside of that. Where it was Zelda, I felt like it
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
it broke the barrier and kind of made it to that other realm of media.
Zeitgeist, like, yeah, like it was just, yeah. I mean, like, again, like, it's one of those things where I look at it, like, this is one of those things where it's like, dude, if we're just being real, our vote is meaningless. Tears of the Kingdom is going to win. You know what I mean? Like that, I just
You
don't,
think so?
like, if it's
I
not,
you want to,
personally, I think if it's not Tears of the Kingdom, I think it's Baldur's Gate.
and that's why I also want to vote for Tears of the Kingdom, because that's what I think you're right about, Nick. I think our vote
Yeah.
does matter if we're voting for Baldur's Gate or Tears of the Kingdom. But if we're voting for Spider-Man or Alan Wake, like
Spider-Man,
any of these
yeah,
other ones, they don't really stand a chance. Like, there's no way Mario
yeah,
Bros. Wonder is winning. It's not happening.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
from my understanding from the stuff I've heard, it's Baldur's Gate versus Zelda.
100%. That's the read I get
Yeah,
on people too.
that's what
Yeah,
I've been hearing.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I think Jerry,
So I'm fine with voting for Tears of the Kingdom.
I
Yeah,
think
and
because
then
Jerry
Jared,
played
you
it,
should weigh in.
yeah, yeah. Jerry's gonna say
Gauntlet
vote for.
Legends, Jared. That is the game. Gauntlet Legends is my bad. I saw what Jared said. Yeah, Jared's gonna vote for Tears of the Kingdom.
We
Let's back
voted,
Jerry's play. Yeah, yeah.
but I get
Game of the year. You heard it.
personal for Nick was Marvel Spider-Man, and you know what we'll do for best game direction? We'll just go right away with it. We're not even going to talk about it.
I,
It was pretty much the
I
same
think that's
games. We're going to give
yeah,
our vote
yeah,
to
yeah.
Spider-Man. Hopefully other people do the same, and Spider-Man comes home with a trophy. Best game narrative. Okay, here we go, Nick D. We have Alan Wake. We already discussed. Baldur's Gate. We try to find footage of. It was difficult. Cyberpunk. We know we're all fans. But it's Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. So let's point that out.
Yeah, which I haven't played that yet. Still working through just regular Cyberpunk with my new
Austin
game.
did. Austin's, I think, been playing it.
Oh, he booted up his old save and just went into the DLC. I should have just done that.
I think I don't. I'd have to clarify.
I'm having fun replaying though. I'm playing as corporate and I'm doing it all different now, like that I did last time. Like I'm really enjoying this second playthrough.
We got Final Fantasy 16, and once again Spider-Man.
Yeah.
For narrative, Nick D, that you've played Spider-Man and you've played Final Fantasy, and you played the world of Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
So you know what's tricky about this is that like right now my knee-jerk reaction is Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is like, I don't know, like 20 to 30 hours shorter than Final Fantasy 16. Right now, Final Fantasy 16 is this long, epic story, and I loved it. Like it was amazing. Like, you got a little bit of everything in it, right? Like vibe-wise. But Spider-Man is pretty condensed. So it's like an amazing story. And I will say there's a lot of things people already know, like Venom is in it and everything. But this game like surprised me more than a couple of times where I was like, no way, dude. Like, and there are things that I'm like, how did I not see this coming? But also it's like, there's no way. I mean, maybe other people saw it coming.
Over Final Fantasy.
There was stuff that like, and maybe it's just recency. Like Final Fantasy 16, like again, like I love Final Fantasy. So I love Final Fantasy. I think that that series is amazing. And like part of me, like, you know, when it first came out and I first played it, I would have been like, yeah, this is my game of the year, hands down. But narrative, specifically narrative, I almost think I got to go Spider-Man. Like it was great.
All right, let's just do it.
Yeah, it's a great story.
I mean, it's a shame. I wish you would have finished Cyberpunk just so we could have like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm working through it, but I should have did what Austin's doing.
Okay.
Best art direction. I mean, it's got to be Zelda, right? Like art is like its biggest thing.
I think it could be Hi-Fi Rush. Have you seen Hi-Fi Rush?
I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I've never even heard of that.
Let me pull it up because.
Yeah.
I really wanted to try this out because it looks freaking crazy.
Is it Switch? What system is it on?
It's on Steam.
I like how there's this Timothy Chalamet game, The Lies of P. I know someone. Shout out to Keon. That says this game is dope. Apparently, Lies of P is real dope. Gauntlet Legends. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, no, it is not. It is not, Nick. At this point in time.
What are we talking about?
Hi-Fi Rush being on Switch. It's not on there.
Oh, it's an it's Xbox. That's why I haven't played it or heard of it.
Is it an Xbox exclusive? Game Pass members?
I don't know. I just saw the Xbox logo.
Yeah, you might be right. It's on Steam, so it's not Xbox exclusive because they have their own.
Oh yeah.
Thing.
So it is on PC.
But like, look at how this game just looks visually.
Oh, he's got a guitar. So this is like very like Scott Pilgrim, like FLCL.
I heard the music.
So I'll say this. is dope.
is dope. I heard the music's awesome in it, but unfortunately, we can't
I,
play any. But
I like hack and slashes. I like these kind of games. Like this, I would definitely play this game if it was on PS or if I had a PC. Yeah, I'd totally play this.
I
This is
mean,
like Devil May Cry
the
with a
visual is
guitar. I
pretty
love it.
awesome. Yeah.
I wonder if you can get other guitars or basses as weapons.
Um,
He's got the flying V right there.
I've heard good things of Lia P, which is Pinocchio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the
I
visuals
want
to
to play
me
it. I want to
look
play it.
pretty basic. Same with Alan Wake, like for art directions, like
Yeah,
whatever.
Victorian. Yeah,
For me, I would even over Zelda because the looks of Zelda, in my opinion, looked the same as Breath of the Wild. So they didn't really do anything different. Versus
yeah,
Super Mario Bros. Wonder. If you compare this to other Mario Bros. Games, they really have upped the ante on the art style.
yeah, yeah.
So I would either
Like with how you
go
can like, can't you like change between like
into an elephant,
art styles yeah, and but
and then
aren't
you
there
like
like weird
find
like
a flower, the Wonder Flower, and then it changes the whole like
yeah,
screen becomes
yeah, I was like
different, or the whole thing
yeah,
becomes a different overhead view. Like I don't know. I really want to
yeah,
play it,
yeah.
dude. I really actually
Me too, me too.
I really want to. I want to get down with like the crew because we played the
We
last
gotta,
Mario
yeah.
game together, and that's the other
I
thing.
mean,
Mario Online
let me
is
know when you
really
guys
good.
get it. I'll buy it.
Yeah, hopefully for the
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah.
Um, so my vote would either be
Let's
with
give it to that one.
Hi-Fi Rush to give it to like a kind of an underground game, or to go with the Nintendo and go Super Mario Bro. Personal opinion.
I'm down for either. I'm down for either. Jerry, do you have a opinion either way? Breath of the Wild, I think, is the only Nintendo game to win Game of the Year
And this is the second time
this year's
Nintendo's had two
second time.
games up for nomination for Game of the Year, which which is
Wow.
crazy. I think we go with Hi-Fi Rush.
Let's do it.
It just looks so cool and different.
It looks awesome. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, they seem to fix it. Okay, that's good to hear, Cherry. Hopefully they fix all the bugs by the time we get Mario Wonder.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is for
Best
score.
score.
From my understanding, it's really these last three that are really the heavy hitters for this one. I heard
Yeah.
Final Fantasy has a really good score. This game supposedly has a crazy score because it's about music and yada. And then
Yeah, yeah.
obviously the music on this
Is
is always epic.
that's why it's almost like I don't want to say it's almost cheating. That for me, it's almost got to be Final Fantasy or Legend of Zelda because so much of like what these things are about is like here's a new orchestration of a song you already love, and then with new variety and then new songs to add to it. So like both of these are amazing. I would vote for Final Fantasy 16 because I played it, but I'm sure I would absolutely
Done
love
and done,
Zelda.
Nick.
Like
Done and done.
hell yeah,
And I also like I
yeah,
said before, I like spreading the wealth. Vote for a bunch of different stuff.
yeah, yeah,
We'll give it to him.
yeah.
Audio design.
So yeah, like sound effects as well as music and like, like just all the little extra sounds in a game. Like Jerry would be able to speak to this. This isn't this what you do at the studio, Jerry?
Yeah.
I could say Spider-Man. One point I will make for Spider-Man, and I'm sure all of these games have some version of this, dude. One of the coolest things is when you first get the symbiote suit in Spider-Man, and like you're like fighting people and you're like like you're getting more worked up, like the symbiote's getting more aggressive. The little speaker that's in your control, you start hearing Venom noises, and then like later like Venom will start like I think he even starts like talking to you that way, like the voice, like it's like the voice in Spider-Man's head. Like it's so sick. So that
That's really
alone
cool.
makes me want to give it yeah,
I almost
it's
want to
like
give it to
yeah,
Spider-Man, but Jerry in the chat just wrote that and I do appreciate this and think this is kind of a smart move by the team at Hi-Fi Rush. They had 10 licensed songs, but they changed or you could change it in the settings so streamers don't get in trouble.
so that's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Very forward thinking.
That's very forward thinking. Yeah.
So we've already voted for Spider-Man twice. We could vote for this one. We could give to Hi-Fi Rush. You know what I mean? Like
you
we
played Spider-Man,
yeah,
and that controller thing sounds really badass. I'm gonna go with you on it.
it's real cool. That's real cool.
Okay, so we got Final Fantasy actor. We got the Star Wars dude. He does a lot of the Star Wars. I mean, this is his second game. He came
Yeah,
out
yeah.
as he
He's
came
great.
out on stage at Star Wars Celebration. We got Idris Alba for Cyberpunk, which would probably be my vote.
Like one of the greatest modern actors. Like, yeah, like
This lady for
Idris Elba's
Alan
dope.
Wake, homie for Boulder's Gate, and a Spider-Man. You want to just give one to Cyberpunk?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's just do it.
And having said that, though, Ben Starr was absolutely amazing in Final Fantasy
Okay,
16.
yeah.
I just want to point that out, like, because it's such a long game. He's got hours and hours and hours of dialogue. Like, just the amount, like, his performance is so robust that it's like, yeah, he did great.
All right.
Innovation and accessibility. I know Street Fighter did a lot for this. Other than that, I don't really know. Like, they
Let's
made it
just
so
go
that
with
like
it.
people who are disabled, yeah, like it's. I think
yeah.
this is cool that this is even an award. Yeah, like that's cool.
And we already know this is Nick's game of the year as far as he's concerned. So let's just give it to it. And we played it in Vegas before it came out. We got some history with it. Okay, so now with something like this.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what this means for thought-provoking game with her. Oh, okay.
So
I have not played.
Which title do we like?
Yeah, exactly. I've not heard of any of these.
Or what image / title? This one has a cat.
I mean, let's give it to the cat.
Let's just go with it.
We all know that's what Jerry's. Yeah, that's what Jerry's vote is.
We're going with it.
Best ongoing.
I mean,
interesting that Cyberpunk counts as because it's got a DLC, but all of the other ones are ongoing.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Apex, hell no. Cyberpunk, that's a crazy throw in. Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense.
That is a giant online fan base. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortnite, need I say more, and Genshin Impact, which is some straight weeb stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is pretty.
I'm inclined to say Fortnite. Like,
I mean, I think that was a pretty easy answer coming from us, especially with the OG season coming out. Like, if they don't win that, that's stupid.
And didn't they just make like $1 billion or whatever, or did they lose money?
I don't know.
They did something happened.
Something happened.
It was one of the two.
I think with this, for the community thing, with patches and updates, it's ironic that they're on here, and I think for the meme sake of it, it's an easy pick that like we don't even need to debate. We vote Cyberpunk because it'd be like ironic for them to win this award. And I hope that everyone feels that way and they vote for it so that they go up and they receive the award for update and patches when it's like one of the most iconic flops because it was released with needing so many updates and patches.
And I think No Man's Sky is in a similar situation, but Cyberpunk just blew it out of the water. Like it was just so much more. Yeah. Oh, dude.
I've heard good things about Dave the Diver. Oh, Dredge. That's right, Nick. You've told me good things about that. Yeah. No, I
loved this game.
Yeah. Best independent game. Let's go with it.
Both of you guys played Dredge.
Yeah, you've told me about it multiple times. Yeah, and we'll just give it to him again because Nick has really like preached this game multiple times to me, and it looks cool. It looks cool.
It's the best part of Fortnite. It's fishing. It's the best part of Pokemon. It's collecting. Like and it's spooky. Like it's like just Dredge is great. It's like if you like Pokemon, horror games, or whatever. Yeah. Best mobile game.
Okay. So
no,
hello.
I was gonna say we didn't play Ever Crisis.
No, that's not the one. I
didn't play any of these.
Wait, is Hello Kitty Island Adventure the one that was a South Park joke?
Oh.
Like, remember that episode where Carmen's playing World of Warcraft and they cut to Butters? So I heard someone talk about this.
Oh.
It is. That's the South Park joke. We're voting for that.
Let's go for the South Park meme. Yeah.
This is like a South Park meme that years later became. It's like almost like that movie Thanksgiving. Years later became a reality.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird thing there. Okay.
I didn't play any VR, but I have Resident Evil Village VR because I think if you just bought the other one, you get both. So I have it, haven't played it.
I'd like to play that, Nick. It'd be cool to hang out and try that out. Do you want to give it to that then?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I feel like it's that or Gran Turismo because it's iconic.
I bet that's a cool one in VR. Play it driving like that. Like it's like I actually think that one. I want to play more VR. I'm not going to get a PS2 VR though.
Yeah.
Or a PSVR 2. That's ludicrous. Unless it's cheap.
Okay,
I
best
want to
action
play
game.
Rubicon. I didn't play any of these.
Um,
But again, shout out to Keon again. I really want to play Armored Core 6. Like that game looks sick. You get to build a mech however you want. Like that's all I can say. The other ones, I don't know.
F
Whatever,
it.
if anything speaks to you
F
guys,
it.
yeah,
Nick's
whatever.
saying it, man. Nick's saying it. We're going with it. Best action adventure. I feel like this is kind of it's either Spider-Man or Zelda for
Yeah,
us.
like
I'm sure
are
this
we?
is really
What,
good. This
yeah,
is
what?
supposed to be awesome. Oh, with
I get a
puzzle
Star Wars
solving?
games game.
With puzzle solving? I mean, there's no better puzzle
Yeah,
solver than Zelda.
exactly. Let's throw it up there.
How's the puzzle solving in Spider-Man?
There's one kind of mission that you have to do that's very puzzle centric. Or actually, there's two. There's two types, and they're cool. But like, I wouldn't be like, oh, they're super fun or anything. Like, I bet like Zelda's the like there are puzzles in Spider-Man, but that is not a focus.
When I think of an action adventure game combining combat and doing puzzle solving, to me that is
And
Zelda.
traversal, yeah,
Yeah, with traversal, yeah, like that
yeah.
like I don't know, like I guess you're solving puzzles in Star Wars, I guess, and Resident Evil you kind of are.
Probably with the Force.
But like you're really solving. Traveling in Zelda can be annoying though. I mean, it is in the beginning, Jared, until you're kind of like more leveled up, and then once you have the horse too, you're kind of like coasting. But
and in Just Travel, which is we wouldn't vote for Just Travel. Spider-Man is hands down the best travel.
Yeah,
like,
traversal thing, yeah.
Swinging, like
that's
like
where I feel like Alan Wake and
Spider-Man
Resident Evil. Get out of here! Your traversal is always just like walking.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
that's interesting. The traversal
again,
thing,
like Zelda embodies all of them.
Yeah, I think for the puzzle solving,
really,
the fact that they put puzzle solving in there as a cat like a part of it, I feel like it's got to be Zelda.
Yeah. I'm in.
And I mean, dude, if Tears of the Kingdom's, on the level of Breath of the Wild, then clearly it's like it should be game of the. I don't know. I don't want to say that. All right, so we got Baldur's Gate again. We have voted for it once. I feel like we're Baldur's Gate haters, but that's fine. We got Final Fantasy, Lies of P, which is your Pinocchio story, Sea of Stars, which we haven't seen once, and
I don't even know what that is.
This year's version of Cyberpunk, Starfield.
Yeah.
For RPG,
I'd give it to Baldur's Gate. I'd give it just because Final Fantasy 16 is an RPG for sure, like undoubtedly. But one of the whole things in 16 that's different from all the other Final Fantasies is this game really moved it towards action, where they got like the Devil May Cry guys to design the combat and everything. So it's an RPG, but it like Baldur's Gate is a full-on RPG. You know what I mean? It's like I do actually think that is the most like it embodies the title the most out of all of these. But the only one I've played is
I mean,
Final Fantasy.
I've heard Baldur's Gate like you can really go make characters say and do a lot of different things. Like it's very how the way you play it. I've heard the same thing with Starfield, but then I've also heard people really hate on Starfield, so it's hard to vote for them.
Yeah,
we'll give Baldur's Gate a bone, as they say.
Here we go.
What are we on right now? 18 out of 31. All right, we're moving. Okay, Nick D, I think this is an easy one. But let's go through it. God of Rock, never even heard of it.
It's like it's Guitar Hero, but a fighting game version of like Guitar Hero. It's like a rhythm music game, but you're doing that.
I'm seeing that now.
I'm seeing
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wacky.
So I want to try it.
Wacky.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mortal Kombat 1 is great.
I've heard I've seen great things. Seen some great finishers.
Yeah.
Looks pretty badass.
I want to try the new Nickelodeon game. I see Raphael there.
I can't believe they already released a second one. Instead of doing DLC patches, they legit made a second one, which kind of I heard is pretty. I've heard good things about this though. I've heard good things. I played on Switch
when it first came out. Yeah, I tried for sure.
Haven't heard of this.
No idea what Pocket Breaker is.
Yeah, and then we got, of course, and so this is an easy one, right, Nick? over these two.
Yeah, for
Because let's
me,
be
it was
honest,
yeah,
it's between these two. It's either Mortal
yeah.
Kombat 1, Street Fighter 6. We're going Street Fighter 6.
I would. I like them both, but I really like Mortal Kombat 1, but I love Street Fighter 6.
Easy.
It's not that
Easy,
it doesn't have
baby.
its faults though. Yeah, Street Fighter 6
Easy,
isn't
baby.
perfect, but it's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
best family game. This game looked awesome, and I really wanted to play it.
That game looks so sick. Yeah, I
And
really want to play that too.
it's like the new Mickey style, where it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse Runaway Railroad, the new ride.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
awesome. Party
Donald
Animals
looks dope. I
have
really like Donald.
yeah, Donald looks dope, and it's just a classic platformer. Haven't heard of Party
Yeah.
Animals, so just gonna skip them. Pikmin 4 looked like the same old thing. I'm sorry, I can't get into Pikmin. Shout out to TJ because I know he's
I
a
haven't
big fan.
I haven't played it since the first one, so it's like I don't even. Yeah, I don't know. Like I have no idea anything about Pikmin 4. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've heard. I don't know if this is the new. Sonic's hard because they come out with a lot of Sonic games, and 60 to 70% of them are trash. But I heard there is a
Yeah.
new decent one. I don't know if this is the new decent one or not. I think the easy
Yeah.
answer
I don't
for
know.
this is obvious. We go with Super Mario Wonder
Yeah.
because it's a
Yeah.
clear, easy winner. It should just walk. That should be a walk in the park for it.
I also feel like that Disney game, could have been nominated for the art direction one because again, I really like the
Yeah,
way that
I think so too, Nick.
like
Personally,
it looks like you're playing a cartoon.
yeah.
Like that is cool.
Advanced War. This is for sim-like game.
Didn't play any of these.
Didn't play any of these. This game got delayed because the war is going on over with Ukraine, which was hilarious
Yeah.
in a way. Because
Yeah.
who would have thought this video game of all things would get pushed
Yeah.
back? I think for this though, when I think Sims, I think of something in this style.
Me too. Me too.
So
And I would totally play a sim game where you're building a city like this. I would do
I
that.
think we're gonna go with this one. 'Cause to
Hell
me,
yeah.
it embodies the category. So
Me too. Me too.
all right, all right.
Jared picked Mario. Jared agreed with Mario. Zelda covers
My
all.
friends love Fire Emblem.
Jared says
My bad, Jerry.
Yeah.
Well, that other one looked more like a Sims game. I'm sorry, Jerry. There's the delay. We'll wait for now on. All right, best sports racing.
I think I played the Hot Wheels game. I think that was a free game for
I was gonna
PlayStation. I don't
say-
think I played any of these other ones. Yeah.
I was gonna say the troll is for us to go Hot Wheels. Should we go Hot
Yeah.
Wheels?
I'm down. We should. I played it. And it was fun.
No skate or
If it's the
anything.
game I'm thinking of.
Nothing made it in here. That's kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna go with
I
it.
think this was a bad year for sports games. Like, wasn't there controversy with like NBA 2K and like the MLB and like FIFA? Like, it seems like this year pissed a lot of people off. I genuinely didn't know Baldur's Gate was multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm skipping that
I
though
thought it was
because that's
single player. I didn't-
stupid.
Yeah.
I did see a lot of
Yeah.
streamers getting down on this together when it first came out. I still don't know what party
But there are a
animals
lot of
are.
people
I gotta have to
talking
look up.
shit.
About Diablo, yeah. It was another one of those classic games where it came out and like the first week you saw it a bunch, people streaming it, and then like a week later it was like, nope, that's already over. People have moved on.
Yeah.
So
Now, I almost think you'd think I'd say Street Fighter, but I want to say this, like multiplayer, you and I can play Street Fighter, Jared and I can play Street Fighter, whatever. Mario, you can get down with what, 4 people at once? Like I almost think it's got to be Mario.
and you all can have a really good time.
Yeah, so like as much as I want to give it to Street Fighter, I think the real answer is Mario.
I think
yeah.
it's hard to put a fighting game as like I just watched Party Animals. It doesn't look very good. It's hard to put a fighting.
Is it like I am? Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
No, I didn't. I was just gonna say, is Party Animals? Since you just looked, is it like Fall Guys? If I had to guess,
Kinda, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what.
okay.
Honestly, though, I couldn't tell you. It's weird looking. They do look like they
Yeah.
walk like Fall Guys characters, though. They have that weird
Yeah,
strut,
yeah.
that weird like.
Waddle.
That weird waddle. I would agree 100% without even playing it. The fact that this is 4-player, but when I saw people playing Diablo, they were like groups of people, like 4 or 5 people too. I don't know if Baldur's Gate's the same
Yeah.
way. I think Street Fighter automatically
yeah.
gets knocked out because you're not really playing together. You're playing against each other, and it's not really a great multiplayer game, in my opinion. It's more of a
Yeah.
verse game. I think that should be 2 categories even.
Cause,
Verse,
cause, yeah, cause I don't. Yeah.
like a Mario Kart is a
'Cause
verse.
it
You're not
doesn't.
playing together.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. There's like Mario Chat or Nintendo Chat, so you can like talk while you're playing. Like with Street Fighter, when you're fighting someone, you're still doing it alone in the sense that, like, you're not like
Yeah.
talk chatting or. I mean, I guess you can if you're like whatever. But that's not how I play it. Like it's a kind of a solitude thing, even when I'm playing someone.
Easy Mario Wonder win. All right. Oh, this is for adaptation. For me,
Oh, I was like, I don't even get. Well, yeah,
for
like.
me, this is easy. It's obviously Gran Turismo because I mean, come on. They took a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
life story and made it into a fantastic motion picture. Um,
Oh, did you see it?
no, I was totally joking.
Oh,
This
oh, okay. I was like, oh my god, really?
this looks cool.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I hear it. I hear it's not as good as the last season of Castlevania, but I hear it's good. Or the other Castlevania. I hear it's great, but it's just not as good as the other Netflix one.
Yeah,
That's what I hear. Yeah.
yeah. Gran Turismo to me seems stupid. Like the trailer kind of ruined it for me with how many times we saw the dumb trailer while we saw all these other movies for like I'd say 2 months. They kind of played out.
Yeah,
Now,
for real.
if it hits HBO Max or Netflix, I will
Yeah.
100% watch it. I will say that.
Yeah.
Um,
Put it on. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't get around to ever watching this. Don't really care to.
It's good.
Not for me.
Yeah, it's really good. I just can't imagine that like Mario's not better than you know what I mean? Or not better. That's not what I mean. Because I actually think that I really enjoyed The Last of Us, but it didn't have the same effect that like the Mario Brothers movie did
Culturally,
with like the
yeah,
Peaches song and yeah.
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 And I wish this was better. I haven't heard anything negative
Yeah.
or positive. To be honest, I just haven't heard anything,
Yeah.
which is a
It
shame.
came out and just disappeared.
And I
Yeah.
think that's because it's on Peacock, and I don't have that, so I just can't tell you anything. This seems like a
Yeah.
cool idea, though, man. So that's a bummer, but I think this is an easy answer. I'm sorry for those who
Yeah.
disagree that would have went Last of Us. I think that once again is a category where it's really Last of Us versus Mario.
Most anticipated. Wow, what an interesting category.
I've heard that
Because this could
yeah, I heard this is the
we could
most
totally shit
hated
the bed on this
category.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So
what?
I think the easy answer in this category would be Hades 2. And if BK was here, he would say that because BK loved that Hades one. Um,
Hades one is great.
Hades one, yeah, you played it, right, Nick? You liked it?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Now, I would personally really like to say Star Wars Outlaws because the little bit we've seen online of Star Wars Outlaws looks awesome. I've seen the trailer for
Yeah.
this. This game also looks pretty cool. But it's also one of those trailers where it's a really like a movie-esque digital trailer where you're like, I don't know. I've seen
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
gameplay of
yeah.
this. Now, the gameplay could be faked, but it looks like this is going to
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
badass.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think, like you're saying, Nick, Tekken 8, whatever. Get out of here, Tekken. I
Yeah,
think,
like I like Tekken, but like I don't care. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like I like
yeah.
yeah. Like I'm so fucking hyped for Rebirth or Final Fantasy VII. Like I'm obsessed with Final Fantasy VII.
But it could be a
But
letdown.
Hades 2 is great. Yeah, and I'm hyped for Star Wars. Yeah, like
I just think the bar's
yeah, like
low
what
for
I mean that's what
Hades.
I mean.
Hear me out on this, Nick.
Yeah.
The bar's
'Cause
low
it's a
for
little indie game
Hades.
too, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Tubes, you're silenced for me all of a sudden. I don't hear you. Mm-mm. Did my headphones unplug? Hold on, really quick. Let me see if it's me. Let me just can I'm gonna go to my YouTube and just like play something really quick and just see if I can even hear anything. Technical difficulties, folks. I don't Jared, can you hear me and Tubes? Let us know. Oh, oh, now I hear you. Perfect. We're back. Oh, now I don't hear you. Oh, did he leave? Am I doing the show alone? I heard you for a second and now I don't. I heard you say hello and then now it all cut out. Did my internet cut out? No. Okay, so my headphones are still connected. I can hear my YouTube video. I just don't hear tubes. Jer also can't hear tubes. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what happened. Something died. Bear with us, folks. So Jerry, while tubes is messing with that, are you gonna play Final Fantasy VII anytime soon? Or are you gonna play something else? Like, aren't you? Didn't you just finish Okami? Or no, you're working on Darksiders. What are you gonna play next? Oh, tubes. I heard you for a second. Whatever you were just doing affected it, but then it cut out again. But whatever you just did, it worked for a second. Yeah, you're back. Now, yo, I can hear you. And now you're gone again. And now you're gone. Take your time. Take your time. Do 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 do. But I'm just filling time here if I can still be heard. I haven't. There's been a bunch of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth stuff coming out. Um, Jared says he needs to play Kakarot. I want to play Kakarot too. Oh yeah, well I mean you've got to play it because you're borrowing it from someone. I see. There's been a bunch of stuff about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out, but I'm making my again. Heard you for a second. He goes hello, and then it just brown. But yeah, I haven't been watching any of the Final Fantasy stuff. I want to go in super cold for PS. I want to play FF and Batman still. Yeah, yeah. Are you gonna have you played the first Arkham Asylum? Like, are you gonna go through all four of them? Are you gonna start with Arkham Asylum? You're gonna go in chronological order and start with Origins and do the we're back. I hear him. I hear tubes. No, that is so it's literally it works for like 1 second and then it goes away. Like I heard you say check, check one, two, and then it goes silent. I wonder if it's like a battery? No, that doesn't make sense. It's a battery thing. Hmm. Yeah, the Final Fantasy game is cool. You get to play that, and then there's like the Yuffie. Oh, he did a thumbs up, but I don't hear him. I hear you now. I hear you. I hear you say I hear you. We'll see if it stays. I hear you. We'll see if it stays. Oh, Jared, let us know if Tubes can hear you because I can hear him now. But I mean, let us know if you can hear Tubes. I mean, because I hear him, but you might not be able to. I'm watching chat Tubes. I'll let you know. I can still hear you. Jared, let us know when you hear Tubes, please. Or Sadu, if Sadu's still in the chat. I didn't see
Check.
Simone, so no one welcomed him. Jared's texting me now, or us. Jared said, Tubes,
Check.
when
Check. All
in the
right.
Discord setting, when you talk, does your indicator light go up?
Well, everything's working now, right? So I don't know what happened. I unplugged my mic. Moved the mic cord and plugged it on the other side of my laptop. And then I had to open. There's an app just for the mic, so I opened the app just for the
Mm,
mic, and that seemed to fix the problem. Our apologies.
perfect.
Let's get back to what we were doing. Uh,
I apologize for nothing.
okay, so I think what I was going to say,
Hades
Nick
too.
D, was to sell you on this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that I think that the bar for Hades as a game is lower, and these other games like Final Fantasy or your Star Wars or even your Tekken are big titles that have a lot to prove and are gonna have people are gonna take a
yeah,
microscope and put them under it and go, hey, this isn't good. I'd even say the same thing for like a Dragon, because it's kind of
yeah,
it looks like an A title game.
yeah, yeah,
Hades, the first one was kind of this internet sensation, and now yes,
yeah.
they kind of have to live up to that. But I think it's going to be the sleeper. So my personal opinion, Nick, on this
I agree.
category is Hades, and that's
Uh,
from BK.
I am super. Yeah, I mean, BK sold me on it. He was so hyped. I went out and bought it like 2 or 3 days after that conversation. Like I loved it. I loved it.
And when is BK hyped off a video game? I think that says everything.
Exactly.
You know, and
Exactly.
I can see BK
100%.
picking this up. All right,
Yeah.
we're on a big one here. Content Creator of the Year. You got Iron Mouse, which friend of Sea Dog. People Make
I don't know who
Games.
that is.
Connor from Trash Days. Iron Mouse is
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah. I know.
he streams with her all the time. She's one of those
Oh,
like
okay. Okay.
she's not a real
VTubers.
person. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Um People Make Games is like a dude who like talks about, I don't know, it's whatever. You can look it up. Quackity's a Minecraft
Okay.
guy. He's friends with like, you know, Carl and Dream and all those Minecrafter folk.
Yeah.
This other dude, I've never heard of this other guy. Sorry, homie. Never even heard of
Yeah.
you. And then Cypher PK. For me,
I mean,
this
I'm
is
going Cypher.
yeah, this is an easy
Yeah.
W. Although his photo, that is the worst Cypher photo I've seen. For a guy that has 1,000,010
Yeah.
thumbnails, they picked the weirdest image of him to
Yeah.
show. It's like there's so
100%.
many photos of him smiling or doing other faces. How is that the pick?
Yeah, yeah.
But been watching Cypher since I started playing Fortnite during COVID.
Yeah.
Easy dub for the
Yeah,
Cypher.
yeah.
I hope he gets it.
Exactly.
That'd be cool for him because, you know, that's a big thing for those types of people.
And you and I talked about this earlier. Before we move on, I just want to say my personal favorite streamer of the year is a guy named Graveyard 420. Everyone go like and subscribe Graveyard 420 on
Yeah, always shout out to Graveyard.
Twitch. If you like golf, specifically Mario Golf, but if you like any golf game, go check out Graveyard 420. He's dope.
Let's
Best esports game. Isn't Street Fighter considered esports? Do we not consider fighting games esports because it's like
They don't. No, they're going with the big. They're going with the
Yeah.
top dogs. Like Fortnite's not even on the list.
Yeah.
They went with like the top dogs that
I feel
like get the most views.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good point. Fortnite's not even on the list, but PUBG, mobile. I would just say like if you guys were like, do you want to play any of these games? I'd be like, let's strike. Like that's what I would want to play.
It's Graveyard 420 Woo.
Oh yeah, Graveyard 420 Woo. Everyone go like and subscribe to him on. I know for sure
That's
he's on
the big-
Twitch. I
the
don't
big-
know if he's
the
on
big
other
homie.
platforms, but
He's on YouTube.
yeah, yeah,
He does some VODs on
yeah.
YouTube.
Go. Hell yeah.
Oh, my phone's making noise. I think for me, for the game I've heard the most about this past year, Counter-Strike 2 came out recently. It came out big and it kind of simmered real fast. For me, the one I heard and I think has had the biggest movement is Valorant. I feel like the year before
Interesting.
that, I saw a lot of
Interesting.
people playing Apex or even Call of Dudes. And I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
people either moved over to playing. A lot of the Call of Dudes people moved over to Apex, and a lot of the Apex folks moved over to Valorant. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
on that, but I've seen so many people streaming Valorant this past year than I have the last couple of years. It seems to really have
Yeah.
a big following right now. So I would say Valorant, but I don't know any of these games. I mean, we've all heard of League of Legends.
Yeah.
PUBG.
All heard of Dota. I think. Yeah, is like the original Fortnite, right?
But mobile,
Is
like
that a
what
thing?
does that mean? Like
Yeah.
no desktop? Like that's crazy. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Just like on the phone, I think. Yeah.
I would just go Valorant, Nick, just because of like what I see on Twitch and shit. But that I don't know what that means.
That's cool. Let's do it. Let's even really quick, just as go ahead and vote for Valorant. But let's go to Twitch and let's see how many people are watching Valorant right now. Best esports athlete? I already don't know any of these guys. Call of Duty, League of Legends, Apex Legends, Valorant. Yeah, I don't know any of these dudes.
Yeah.
So what I think we should do is who's got the best nickname?
Right
Demon
now, playing Valorant, there's about 50. Oh, here, I'll pull it over. There's about 57.1
Damn,
viewers.
57,000. Yeah. Damn, that's a lot of people watching that game. And then just only one more. What is League of Legends? How many people are playing League of Legends right now?
League of Legends. Wow. 97.
Damn. Okay. So maybe yeah, the league might win. League might win.
So we got
So who's got the best nickname?
yeah, that's the way. Demon 1 is definitely not. Sorry, dude, you're out. You're out. You're out. And same with this first guy. Nope, sorry, dude. I heard he's like the goat of League of
Oh, you
Legends.
actually know him?
No, I'm just
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know most. I just heard he's the goat.
hell yeah.
I kind of want to
Shout
go
out
with
to
this
Lee
middle guy.
Fang Hyo. Let's do it.
Zywoo. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zywoo. Purely off name.
Hell yeah.
He looks like a nice young fellow.
Yeah. Hopefully Zywoo wins this year's.
Yeah.
What even was that? Like esports athlete? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I don't remember
esports athlete.
team. So same thing. Who's got the coolest team? Or do you recognize any of these people?
No, I'm also looking at the games they're
Yeah.
playing. Valorant.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like JD Gaming.
Let's do it.
Just because the
I mean,
photo.
they're literally holding the trophy, so it's like at least that we know they're champions. So yeah,
It's
JD
definitely
Gaming.
not these dudes or these dudes. Evil Geniuses, no, hell no.
Yeah.
JD Gaming, you're our
JD Gaming.
dogs.
Oh yeah.
You better take
Hell
it down,
yeah.
League of Legends heroes. Okay, best esports coach. I know all about this. Let me tell you, Nick. It's clearly gonna be
Hell yeah.
this dude right here. Because
Hell yeah.
he's the coach of JD Gaming. And as I said for the last category, you know, we gotta go all in.
Yeah, all in. We're all in on JD Gaming. They are our esports champions
And look at this
of
guy.
the team.
Beautiful
and champions of the
tie.
year.
Beautiful tie.
Yeah, exactly. He's got professionalism. He knows how to, do the coaching and look good doing it.
They really put the worst
Man,
categories at the end where you're like,
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, so best esports event. I think this is an easy pick for us, though. Although I will say this too.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks way crazier. This maybe that's the images from finals night, but it definitely didn't look like this when we were there.
Yeah. That's when they move it to that arena in Vegas.
This is not the vibe when we went, but
yeah.
I mainly want to vote for this because we went.
Yeah, exactly. We went to 2022 and it was dope.
And Nick, you were supposed to be there this year, but unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah. Next year I'm going. Yeah, we're all going. It'll be fun.
Keep voting. That's our last one. Wow.
Oh wow. If we click on that, does that do anything, or does that just? Oh wow, yeah, we've reached the edge.
Wow. Can we vote again?
I'm happy with all of those. Yeah, let's start cooking the books.
Nope, it knows.
Oh, you can only change. Okay, yeah.
Wow. Oh. Interesting. Oh, it shows you here if we would have clicked on this, it shows you the order they have it in, which makes more sense now.
Oh, that's sick.
And I'm sure they'll announce it the opposite way. So you vote this direction, and they'll probably announce it this way. Wouldn't you imagine?
100%. 100%. I think you're exactly right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they'll start off with this and then go to here. I mean,
yeah. Because you gotta end on the high note. Like
it's game of the year's got to be that.
You're watching the. Yeah. What is the last award given at like the Oscars?
Movie of the year
or the Academy Awards? Is
movie
it best film?
Yeah, best film.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I want to say it goes director then feature film, but I don't know. I can't recall. Maybe they might switch that up. All right. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed doing that. I know probably our fan, aka Sadu. I think he came in and he left. He was like, they're talking video games again. 2 weeks in a row with these guys in
because
video games.
he's got very strong video game opinions, and so he's like, I'm not even gonna bother with these three.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I'm gonna wait till I.
Uh-oh, Nick froze? No. Wow, we're falling apart here at the end. First my voice freezes, now we lost Nick D. What the hell's going on here? Oh,
I'm being censored. Like
yeah.
Sadu heard me talking about opinions, and he hit my internet
Yeah,
button.
he's like, dude, he did that to my mic too. He did it to my mic,
Exactly.
and then he kicked you right on out. It's
He's
crazy.
very opinionated.
Yeah.
Sadu's a gamer.
Yeah.
Sadu's a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, I really enjoyed it. I think this is a fun annual thing we should start doing because it's cool to
I
go
agree.
over the nominations, whether we played them or not. It's just kind of fun to see what they pick, and we get to cast our
I agree.
votes.
I agree.
And yes, Jared, they will be making the announcements, or the award show itself will be on December 7th.
December 7th. Let's see what we got here. When is that? That is 1, 2. It's 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks, 2 days.
So that will be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And until then, I think that's a wrap for us. Like, that was really what we wanted to do. We actually made an hour and a half out of it, which is awesome.
Yeah. It didn't feel like it at all. That went by real quick.
And
out of those games, what are you like? Yeah, we went through all those games, and the ones you didn't play, what are you like? Oh, I want to play that one.
Mario Wonder, 100%. At any game in there, it's 100% for me. The game I want to play is Mario Wonder. Tears of the Kingdom is probably the runner-up. I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I don't really have any interest in Baldur's Gate. Like,
I think it's those two and Baldur's Gate for me. Yeah.
And Spider-Man looks cool, but I'm realistic. Yeah. I'm not getting a PlayStation. I'm a Nintendo boy.
Yeah. Come over and play it at my house, dude. Like, at least try it out.
I'm just saying, out of those games, that's the one I'm like, that would be cool. But like, I'm not also like, I'm not dying to play Spider-Man. Mario Wonder, I've kind of like been like, man, I really want to like
get down.
Yeah, I really want to get down on that. So,
and I'm the most hyped for Cyberpunk, and I even have it. I just got to get there. But like, we've been talking about Cyberpunk as a genre this whole year, and I still haven't gotten it out of my system. Like that's, like I'm still like obsessed with it as a genre.
I didn't really want to talk about that because they screwed me on that. I can't get the DLC on my Xbox because I have the older Xbox.
We'll get down.
Jared did point something out, and Hi-Fi Rush. I would love to play that. That looks like a really cool art style, and fun looking game. And Dredge, Nick D. I do think I at some point I will probably download that and play that on the Switch because that does look like a fun game as well.
And I think it'll be so much more fun on the Switch than it was on the PS. And I loved it on the PS, but it's made to be a Switch game. Like that. I feel like that's perfect.
Yeah, it looks like a fun handheld guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, for game of the year, I'm trying to think what I played that like.
And again, don't even make it a 2023. Just what was your game?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. What did I play that I like?
And Jerry too. Your game too. Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, it probably be Breath of the Wild, because I think last year I played the other Zelda game. Yeah, it'd probably be Breath of the Wild because I played that this year. Played it probably the most, other than like Fortnite or something, or like something online.
I wonder what I'm at hours now in Fortnite, because it's like I haven't checked in a minute. Like, I know for sure I'm in over 1,000 hours since the pandemic. Like, I wonder what I'm at.
I have good times with Zelda. It also pisses me off. But versus like playing like Pokemon or something where it's like real basic and I'm just like chilling, it's like I'd probably go with Zelda.
Yeah. I did really enjoy that Pokemon game, but it's just I like the direction Pokemon is going in, but it's just still not quite where I want it to be for me to be like, oh, game of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I want Pokemon to get more and more involved, more and more, like push Pokemon more into I don't know. Like, just make it a more complex game. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Just keep adding shit.
I'll be honest though, if I get Mario Wonder for Christmas, I'll play that for 6 days. That will be my game of the year probably too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it looks fantastic. And
Jared played Dread this year? Damn, I thought Jared played Dread that days ago.
yeah, I just read Jared say that. That was my game of the year 2 years ago or
It looks
whatever.
great. Yeah,
And
but that
that was
Metroid
my
game.
well. This year was Prime, and I played Prime. I didn't finish it. It was fun. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it was game of the year. The remake. I mean, I played a lot of games this year, but I'm trying. Like when you ask me, I'm like Breath of the Wild. It is a ride. It's long, and that kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
pissed me off.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What about you? Spider Man? Or you already said you said
Yeah,
Street Fighter.
probably Street Fighter.
Street Fighter,
Yeah,
yeah,
probably Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Yeah.
Jared's saying Stray, which I've heard really good things about Stray.
Yeah, I really want to play Stray too. I really want to play Stray.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of that's our games of the year. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Street Fighter. I guess I'm Breath of the Wild. Jerry Stray, but I do think, and maybe in our first episode of the new year, maybe I'll have an update and say, hey, you know what? I did get Wonder. It changed things, and
Yeah, yeah.
I'm moving my vote to Wonder. But right now, it's going to be Zelda.
Hell yeah. One last thing, just
Yeah.
like as a little check-in, what are you thinking about? I watched the first 4 episodes of Scott Pilgrim, and I love it. Like like I'll say like it starts a little slow. Like the first 10 minutes of it, I'm not gonna lie, when like Scott and Ramona meet, I was like, this is a little boring. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna want to finish this show. And then it just picks up in this like amazing way. Like I really am loving Scott Pilgrim. Like I burned through 4 of them, back to
So we're
back.
we're probably caught up on each other.
Yeah, yeah. Like I just saw the episode with with like the Tony Hawk stuff.
So-
I'll keep it vague. I don't want to.
That's the episode with Captain America.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, you don't have to keep that. I mean, like, if you've seen the live action movie, you know. Yeah, I'm a little confused on what's going on because I'm like,
Yeah,
like I mentioned to you, Nick, it's a more, like I said, it's more of a Ramona show than it is a Scott show for sure.
yeah,
Um,
100%.
am I enjoying it? Yeah, hell yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm almost bummed because I'm like more than halfway through. I'm like, oh man, this is already about to be over, and then I'm gonna have to wait years.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they got the original voice or the live
Yeah.
action cast to come back and play the roles. Insane.
Seriously.
You know, like they legit got everybody.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
Mary
just,
Elizabeth Winstead, she's crushing it in Ahsoka and this. Like she's doing amazing right now.
yeah, I mean, dude, Lil Culkin as Wallace is just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. Oh, that's Brie Larson. Is MV
Wait,
Adams
who's?
Captain
Oh,
Marvel?
dude, I didn't catch that at all. Like I didn't recognize her voice.
I didn't realize Captain Marvel was MV Adams from the original one too. Has to be.
Yeah, I didn't.
Has to be,
Yeah.
right?
I assume. Let's see. I don't know what year that was. 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Wow.
2010. I have the original manga of in English of Scott Pilgrim somewhere. I was actually looking for it. Like I watched the first 4 episodes, and I was kind of like going through all my bookshelves. I was like, where is that? Because I read it back in the day. I think it's only 2 or 3 volumes. You burn through it real quick, and so yeah, I was just trying to like. I'm like, oh, I want to read that again because I don't really remember much. But yeah, makes me want to reread it.
It's crazy because this list is so long, and Aubrey Plaza, which I feel like would be typically would be higher on a list, is lower. She misses one episode.
Yeah, yeah. Who is she? Julie Powers? I don't even know who. Oh, is
she's
that
she's the girlfriend that like always yells and like, "Fuck you, Scott."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Man, I didn't recognize her voice. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. It's crazy.
And you're right. Jason Schwartzman doesn't sound like Jason Schwartzman. It wasn't until like episode 4 or whatever, I'm like, oh, now I hear it. But it's like he's almost doing like a voice where like I didn't realize it was him. I was like, I don't think that is him, but it is.
Yeah, it's I'm loving it.
Yeah,
I'm loving it. It's an interesting storyline. Like, here's my answer, Nick. I really enjoy it because I love Scott Pilgrim, but I also, when I watched it, I was like, some of the jokes fall a little flat and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't like, it isn't the greatest. I don't know how to explain it. Like, but then there's other scenes, like when they're doing the fight, like there's highs and
yeah,
lows. There's highs and lows. Best way
yeah,
I can
yeah,
describe it. There's highs and lows. Um,
yeah,
but I think for diehard Scott Pilgrim fans or of the original movie or the manga or the video
yeah,
game,
yeah,
it is awesome.
yeah. It is classic anime for me, where like I'm really loving it, but each episode I'm really just waiting for them to get to the fight. You know what I mean? Like that's like, because the fight is also where they spend the most money on the animation. Like this right here, these like it always looks the best when they're fighting, and so I'm just waiting for that for with each episode. But it's great. It's all around. Everyone's doing great performances. All the skateboarding shit in that one episode is awesome. I love that. He's playing the Rickenbacker bass. Rickenbacker basses are dope. Yeah.
The creepy, like when they do the weird perspective shots and stuff, and it turns a little digital or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
like kind of really works with it. The music's slapping.
The music is so, I love that theme song, and I love, yeah, like all the music just in the show. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the fact they got all of the cast to come back, like everything's just like next level awesomeness. I'm
Yeah.
really enjoying it. We'll definitely have to talk about it more once I finish it and have like a full review, because I don't want to give it a rating yet.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends on how it ends.
Yeah.
On this though, I will say, Nick, if they leave it with a cliffhanger and they're like, we might do it, or we're gonna do another season, this is I'll be like pumped. I'll be like, yeah, do another season.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep this
Exactly.
going. Give me 5 years of this.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, and you know what it is? It's like, it's brutal because with Netflix, you're like, man, they'll drop something like this, like Doro Hedoro, don't get more. Cyberpunk, don't get more.
But we knew
So,
the Cyberpunk, like we knew that going into it, right? Like that was
yeah, yeah, yeah,
established.
yeah. And like Castlevania, I didn't think we were gonna get more of that, and we got a whole nother show with Nocturne. So maybe, hopefully, this hits, and we get another round of it in
Yeah,
like a year or two.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool. That'd be really freaking cool.
yeah.
I'm juiced. You're enjoying it. Juiced to
I
hear that.
really am. Yeah, like it, like, and again, this kind of thing like speaks to me, where it's like literally about a bass player, and I'm like, oh my god, I fucking love it. So yeah, I love Scott Pilgrim. I haven't thought of Scott Pilgrim in like forever, like years, and then all of a sudden this comes out, and I'm like, oh, I'm right back in it. I love it.
I bought the game on Switch
Yeah, I
maybe
like that game.
last year. Maybe last year, this time last year, it was on sale or
Yeah,
something. And I got the download. I didn't get the hard copy, which is one of the few games I have the download of. I think if I found the hard copy at this point, I'd probably just like leave it sealed if I got it sealed.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I have the manga as well. I don't have all of the issues. I don't have the complete set. I just have like
yeah,
a couple of issues.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan.
yeah,
So
yeah.
real juiced off that. Um, yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap it up there. We've left people off with stuff like we gave you a Netflix show to watch. We gave you 2 movies to see in theaters, and we went over the Game Awards with you. I think it was a
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic show.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Jerry, for tuning in the whole time while you're on
Yeah,
your
seriously.
freaking honeymoon. We appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. Next time, can you grab Karina's phone and just like also have her phone be in attendance and
I like
liking and
that, Nick D.
subscribing?
I like that, Nick
Yeah,
D.
yeah, yeah,
But we will be back next week and finally get to that Marvels review, hopefully.
yeah.
Until then, everybody,
Hold it down.
have a
Yeah.
good night. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Hotsgiving.